Samantha.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
Samantha Wood, I should say, from Vibrant Concepts. We've been chatting for a while. Let's talk about what Vibrant Concepts does first up.
Okay, pretty much Vibrant Concepts is all about helping individuals tap into their Mother Nature given beauty, talents and passion, and then showing them how to visually express that to the outside world.
There's a start.
That's our statement.
Yes. And you're working with corporates as well as individuals?
Absolutely, yeah. I've worked with corporates probably for the last 10 years. Some big corporates and some entrepreneurs, mumpreneurs and small business owners. So pretty much what we do, everybody has to have. So yeah, it doesn't matter what level they're at.
Yeah. And your business has evolved significantly over the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
To a point where you are offering a virtual solution now, a digital solution over the web.
Yes, we are. Time's our biggest commodity for everybody, and there's only one of me, and everybody wants me pretty much because I am the brand. So I learnt that the hard way, but then now I've had to accommodate my clients for that. So for me, it's about getting my message out to the masses. So doing group presentations, video links, that sort of thing. And we've also brought out, and I'm really proud of it because I really waited until I was 100% ready for it, our online styling services. So people can actually, anywhere in the world, be colour analysed or have their body analysed or their image, both on a corporate or personal level. And it's not a computer system, it is true personal styling, which is not what is out there, but we do.
Yeah. And selling that personalisation would be, or the personal service would be toughest because people are saying, is it real?
Yeah.
Is Samantha looking at this or what?
Absolutely, and we are. And when I'm not, it's my other head stylist, Geordie, who is doing it, but it's not going into a computer and just spitting out the answers. And the answers that are on our computer that we pull on have been personally handwritten by myself.
Okay.
So it is our own very personal system.
So in the last 2 years, it's changed. Even the business has changed. What strategies do you like what you used last year and you want to repeat more of, do you think? Is there a direction you're looking at?
For us, I think it's about getting the message out to the masses because I truly believe what we do.
So do you want really 500 individuals or would you rather 3 Qantases?
I'd rather 3 Qantases?
Well, 3 corporates.
Oh, 3 corporates, sorry.
Question.
Do you know what? We're kind of not wanting to sound greedy, but we want it all because I don't want anyone to miss out. I don't want this just to be for the wealthy and I don't want it just to be for a certain sector because it is for everybody. Everybody has an image and a presence, so that's where we can help. But for me, I suppose that one of my huge passions is I do have a concept that could very much go to a TV concept, be it free to air or whatever. So for me, ultimately, that's probably where I feel we could get our message out to the masses and all different levels. So yeah, look, I think it's wherever I can get the message out that's best time allocated as well.
Yeah,
so yeah, look, corporate companies is great and definitely, we love working with our big corporate companies because it sends us down.
And you work with shopping centres?
Yes, I've been the face of Westfield Katara for the last 5 years. So, that's always interesting when you're working with the big companies. That's always fun and challenging and sending, you into lots of different areas.
Directions.
Yeah, lots of different directions. So I've been doing a lot of PR and media for them, but, also doing a lot of PR and media for our own brand as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. And the growth of your own brand over the next 2 or 3 years, again, it's getting out there to the masses. Is it about encouraging people to come online? Is that where you want to be?
Absolutely. I think that globally is where we're going to go. So our products and our books and all of that sort of stuff is where I really would love to be spending a lot more time. Product development for us is great. And as you know, working on your business rather than in it is probably the biggest challenge.
Well, Geordie's here. She's ready to do more?
Absolutely. Well, she has her own circle of styling clients and she even works for some of my competitors. So which is really interesting. But yeah, so for us, we've got the capability to go global.
Okay. Looking back over an extraordinary 10 years, what do you know now which you would have loved to have known 10 years ago about business?
Probably just that don't overcomplicate it.
Right.
And I think that when we first start, we're just trying to be everything to everybody and trying to do everything. I think you've just got to get back. I learned it the very hard way through a tragedy when I lost someone very close to me, and it was a very low point in my life, both professionally and personally, because the person was very close to me professionally and personally. And I remember my husband saying to me, when things got tough, or the whole GFC hit and all companies were faced with challenges, and for us, nearly 5 years ago, we nearly lost everything through it, and that's being totally honest. I'm very honest with people in business, because people see us and think, oh gosh, everything they touch turns to gold. It doesn't. And I remember my husband saying to me, just do what you do best. And I'm like, what's that? He said, help people feel good about themselves through our services. And I think really that's probably all it is, and I think we tend to
Let's
overcomplicate.
talk about that. What do you, have you, and not wishing to overthink it, but what do you do to people? Why do they come to Samantha?
Do you know, I have only been able to say these next couple of words the last couple of months, which is really funny because I've been doing this for over 25 years. We change people's lives. Right. And I know that sounds really dramatic, because people think all we are is about fashion and clothing, and it's not. We actually change people's lives, and the only reason I can say that is because I've got a list of testimonials of people that have come to us and said that. And I suppose I've been brought up to be very modest, so for me it was really hard to think that what I do could actually have that effect. But when we've got the testimonials and we've actually seen we have changed somebody's life, and it's through giving them the confidence and allowing them to be themselves, and then showing them the tools and techniques of how to make what they've got look good to the outside world.
Because we went, the noughties were the years of, hey, you should go visit Samantha, where self-image was elevated to a never before heard of for blokes as well as women.
Absolutely.
The GFC has probably toned that down a little. Have you found that or not?
I've found, yes, like from the fashion industry, when the GFC hit, it was not fashionable to flaunt your wealth. So hence, having the most expensive jeans, having the most expensive handbag suddenly was not fashionable. But for me as a stylist, and because, over the years I've never been able to spend like that personally, I've always been thrifty, and I've always been eclectic and mixing the high end with the low end and the budget. So for me as a stylist, it was like, oh wow, everyone's coming to our level now. So that was really good. I think what's happened now is I've had to really stay quite strong in an industry that is very image driven in a way that I don't agree with. So whereas I had to go, you know what, who says we have to have Botox when we've got a wrinkle? And don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning anybody who does go down that path. And there's definitely, I've got clients that definitely, the facelifts, the plastic surgery, all that sort of stuff has its place for some people. But what I don't want people to think is that's the answer to getting older and the answer to true beauty. So I suppose for us, that's where we're really different, and where I feel hopefully it's starting to turn a bit, and that self-image is coming out about the real things that really matter about self-image.
And as I understand it, aging is fairly natural.
Oh, look, I say to people, if you've got lines on your face, it's because you've laughed or cried, and if you haven't laughed or cried, you haven't lived.
Indeed.
So,
great definition. It's a toughie, but in 5 years' time, Samantha, where would you love to?
Okay, 5 years' time?
Geordie could be running the place.
Yeah, look, I'm going to Europe for the first time on a family holiday next year. We're very, very excited.
Indeed.
I know I'm probably not going to want to come back.
It's all tax deductible. Yeah. You're looking at fashions and options.
Do you know what? If somebody said to me right now at this point in my life, what do you want to do? I want to keep doing what I do. I don't think I'll ever retire because I love what I do. I always have.
You have to talk to John about that anyway because someone's got to keep him.
I think if somebody said to me, what do you want to do in 5 years' time right now? I'd want to be travelling the world with my husband, Michael, and bringing back all the inspiration on a fashion and image and visual level that I can find through blogs and just feeding our company, maybe writing books, that sort of thing.
Are you into the social media? Does that play a role? Or should I be talking to Geordie now?
Yeah, you should be talking to Geordie. Geordie's our little social media whiz. However, I have a really great Facebook page, Sam Woods Vibrant Concepts, and
Business Insider will want to like you.
Yeah, and we need to like you guys. I know.
I wish I understood what I just said.
I'm really proud of our Facebook page because we get a lot of interaction from clients, and it's really great. And it's it is a business page. They don't hear about what I'm having for lunch, but it's where
how do they interact?
They interact. Do you know what's really funny? And Geordie and I had to get our head around this. Is the thing that gets the most hits for us is when her and I photograph each other in fashion.
Right.
We get the most likes and the most comments, and yet I can write a fashion article that I think's really helpful and amazing, and not everyone likes it. So for us, it's the interaction. I think it's on our Facebook page, it's got translating the runway to real life. And that's what we're about. So that's what our Facebook page does. We go, print scarves are in. So how does the mum picking up a 3-year-old at kindy wear the print scarf? How does the corporate woman wear it? Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of things that we do. So we're bringing fashion to real life. Yeah, so when they see it with us, they go, oh my gosh, Sam's got hips and she's not perfect and she can wear those pants. I'll give them a go. So that's what they kind of works for us. So our Facebook's become, I dabbled in Twitter. I just don't have the time. And I know you can link them together and everything, but to me that's not as personal, and we're very personal. I'm dabbling in LinkedIn. I've got quite a few people that are connected with us. It's one of those working on the business things, but Facebook's big for us.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. About social media.
Yes.
I have one great photo up there of me. Mm-hmm. I have no hair in it, but that's another thing. I should get some advice. And do you advise people on how they look on social media?
Absolutely.
Because I've seen some photos that I should send to you and you can get in touch.
Absolutely. I've worked with a lot of corporate companies, and when we work with corporates and individuals, it's all about their brand image, what the hidden messages and the message their image is saying to the outside world. And that is on every level, because if they're not consistent, that comes across as not being trustworthy. So there's a lot of hidden messages. Being modern, the hidden message about looking modern is that you're at the forefront of your field. So I look at a lot of the psychology behind it. I'm not a psychologist by any means. Sometimes I feel like I am, but not at all. But we look at the psychology behind colour and also behind image and hidden messages that our brand sends. And I always look at Virgin, the brand, and Richard Branson. He's raw, he's rugged, he's not politically correct. I'd be too old to be an air hostess on one of his planes, but you know what, I don't care, because that's his brand and he's true to it, and he's got the guts to stay true to his brand. Everything that is with Virgin sends that fun, raw, gutsy, sexy image. And that's what you have to do with a brand, and that's what makes a brand believable, makes people want to be part of that culture. It makes companies attract the right staff. It's like Apple, it's from everything, from the little
so
phones
do you get called in with that brief? Is your brief?
Oh, absolutely.
This is the visual element of our image, or do they say, just fix this up and we'll?
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people, when I say to companies, what's your brand personality? They go, we're friendly and professional. I go, that's not your brand personality. You should be that. Yeah. We should all be that. And that's really confronting for brands. So no, a lot of companies actually don't realise until they get me in. They think I'm coming in to tell people to shine their shoes and wear a tie in the appropriate place. But it's not. It's so much more than that. Companies are starting to realise they have to have a brand culture. They have to have a brand image. You know, it's like beautiful BMW. They're a great example of they nail it on every single level. So if their CEO of the company is on Facebook and doesn't look like he's representing BMW, suddenly they're out of sync and it becomes not as trustworthy. So yeah, no, definitely something that we bring to companies if they're not already thinking down that track.
When you decide to get out, what are you going to tell Geordie she has to be careful of? What tip would you have for an entrepreneur starting?
Look, you know what Geordie does with the business, the world's her oyster. She's very talented in her own way. She brings a whole new dimension to our business. So whether it's something she wants to take over, you know, whether it's
to Samantha Wood.
No, definitely not. She's got her own style. Whether it's something that she uses as a vehicle, don't know. We're loving what we're doing at the moment, and it's working. My tip to any entrepreneur is love what you do. And I know that's an old cliche, but can I tell you, if I didn't love what I do, and I wasn't passionate about it, and I felt that I really made a difference, you know what business is like. You wouldn't go through the tough times.
Indeed.
And let's be honest, there's some tough times.
They're opportunistic times.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, look, to my younger self or to an entrepreneur out there, it would be passionate, find out what your point of difference is. I talk a lot about that in my branding courses, and how others can benefit from what you've got to offer is really, I think, go for it.
Samantha Wood, thank you. And I didn't mention, but we're pleased to have you here in BMW.
I know.
And you can't take any of them
I can't take that one home.
No, you can't.